Hey guys. Hi, good morning. Sorry I'm late. I went downstairs. I had a breakfast sandwich this morning that I made, and my hands still smelled like it, and it just bothered me, so I went down to wash my hands. And then I got distracted by a cookie and had to eat that, so, you know, it wasn't my fault. Is that the Kinder to Kinder games? Uh-huh. Is that the Wendy of wishing on Wendy? Who's here? I'm Mike. Boss. Wendy, Arrow. Mom. Some things never change. Summon. How's it going, man? Haven't seen you in a while. Guess I can get rid of that. Oh. What? I don't know what that was. I don't know what we're looking at there. That's weird. Oh, we should do the bear cave today since we were supposed to do that last time. We haven't got around to that yet. I have a list of other things to do too. But I'm kinda... maybe the bear cave is a good idea. Let me pull up my to-do list. I'm not fixing bugs right now. Even though they really need fixed. There's a bunch of bugs in here that need to be fixed. Music. Okay, we're gonna set the music volumes first. I don't remember how I did this. I think we just have like a music manager in. We have an audio manager. And then zone bounds. And then they have a trigger sphere underneath them. Or trigger boxes. Zone bounds, name me. Okay. Okay, we have zone bounds. Display zone on map. As of right now, no. We don't have a map yet. Map UI zone, Delver's Pass. We'll turn debug on. Now we need trigger. Probably a trigger box for now. I'm pretty sure this is the trigger box for... not that. This guy. Yeah, this is the trigger box for farmlands. That kind of cuts into Delver's Pass a little bit, but we'll be fine. We can avoid that. We'll probably just use one box. Maybe we will actually move this a little bit. They should never really get this high up in the air, but you never know what they get up to, you know. I wonder if we should do 2 of them so I can go across this one and then go across this one. Like that. And the second one over here. We're almost cutting into the next zone a little bit. I guess we can cut that a little bit. I think we'll be okay. All right. Anyway, I'm adding bugs today. That's what I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm doing. Been around, cool. Welcome in, golfer. And then this one we'll change the name. Same thing. Uh-oh, where are the 2 audio managers? I don't know why I put a space in there. Oh, right, hang on. I need to... Hang on. The tracks that I have currently are MP3s, so I had to request Landon make me wave versions, which he did. And I'm downloading now. This one has an apostrophe in it, which I'm going to rename and take that out because I'm afraid of that. I just don't think that they're going to allow that in Unreal. What did I call it? Did I close open the wrong one? Oh, what? I did both at the same time? That was weird. Create queue. I should have renamed those Delver's Pass actually. Okay. Make sure these. Nope.
Thank you for the follow.
I got my alerts working. Did you guys hear the alert? That's really exciting. Thanks for the follow. Hi Mango and hi JCR15 on YouTube. Sorry guys, I wasn't paying attention. YouTube did the weird thing to me today. I went live and then it popped up and told me YouTube failed to connect and I was like, what? And so YouTube had like created a new live stream that said it was like coming soon at 1 minute ago. And then, but I was live on Twitch, so I had to end the stream and restart it again with both of them and then it worked. So that was fun. Oh, right. 1, 2. Is this a priority? I can't remember. I think they're both. I think that's priority. So I think it's just 0. 2 and 2. Okay. This is why we double check things. Ambience tracks is just going to be forest ambience, I think. Oh, there are no ambience tracks. So this one does not force ambience update, I assume, and doesn't force a music update. This one, I think we should force a music update, so when you come across the thing, it actually changes music. So we don't need an ambience though. Fade in volume, or fade in duration. What's this one set to? 1 second. And then, oh, interesting, we only have 1 night track in this one. Windless Woods queue, and this one is Lively Forest and Whispering Grove. What is the Windless Woods queue compared to the other ones? Hold on, let's pause our music. Okay, what's this one? What's this one? Okay. Well, we're going to put the same night tracks in this one because we don't have night tracks for this one. There. Mute music, mute ambience, allow repeat tracks. No. We can just go back and forth. Okay, so that we should have music in now. Can't save the debug level. No. Just continue. Okay. And then what we'll do is we'll go into persistent level and grab this and delete it. Oh, what? Hold on, what? This is the one that's in the persistent level. But Tier 1 audio should have its own, which it does. So why are some of these set up to, so many of these set up to the other one? If I delete this one, yeah, they're all also set up to it. Okay, I don't know what just happened, but now it's gone. Hopefully it didn't break all those. Okay, let's find out if this worked. What's up, Skeleton? I think I'm doing pretty good. How are you? Welcome in. We need to figure out what all these print strings are that I have everywhere and get rid of them. Turn music up a little bit so I can hear it. I don't think it's working. Did I set up the bounds? I don't think I set up the bounds. Zone bounds. Yep. Where are they? Right there. Okay. One last try. Sorry, it's really quiet. It still didn't work, and we're definitely through the zone bounds. And I did a force music start, so it should be working. Did we... Man... We have the audio manager in here? Oh, it's not initiating music because we have to start in... Well, that shouldn't matter. Nah, that doesn't matter. I don't know what's wrong. I guess let's grab our zone bounds and open the blueprint and see if there's something wrong. So many streams these days? Yeah, I've been trying to get back to streaming a couple times a week, at least. Let's see if we're even triggering an overlap. Triggering overlap here. And it is... Oh. Interesting that an eagle is triggering overlap and we're still doing the delay. Oops, I didn't mean to step out. Play. Okay, new idea. Okay, we are triggering an overlap when we hit here. What's wrong? So player zone. Overlap players is not. Oh, we're just adding the players to overlap. That's fine. I don't know who wrote this, but yes, this is exactly what this is doing. There's a begin overlap. We can get rid of that. We found Audio Manager tier win. We have 2 music tracks. Music night tracks. Great. Adding them. Updating. Ambience. Mute music. False. False. Great. Allow repeat track should be true. Oh. Oh, false. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. And then we should be not forcing. Oh, we are forcing a music update. So we should be step into this one. Maybe. Oh, you know what? I might have my music muted in game. That would probably explain a lot, actually. Yeah, that'd be the one. Actually, we'll turn that back down because I don't want to blow anyone's ears out. I think the music, because it was, there it goes. Oh, we leave, forces music update. We come back in. So much better. Oh, it's so good. Oh yeah, the town is called Valewood. I just remembered. Okay. It's working. Yay. Alright, save. Check out. Let's go move that over. Music's done. Okay, so I have 3 things I gotta get done. Well, there's a bunch of things I gotta get done. I can do some level design. We can do some 3D modeling and make new weapons. We can make a new model and or program a cask for a new system we're adding. We can work on quest things. I don't know if I want to do that on stream because I'd rather keep that like a total secret. I think it's more fun. We can make the bear cave. What do you guys want to do? What tickles your fancy today? How big is Delver's Pass compared to Windless Woods? Let's see. So Windless Woods starts here and here-ish. So it's like this size over here, including the ire. And Delver's Pass is a little smaller. I'd say it's like 20% smaller, probably. Maybe 15% smaller. It's meant to be a pass-through zone. So it's a zone. It's a pass, right? So we have a couple zones like that in the game. We have Delver's Pass, and we have, I can't think what it's called. If Jana's watching and she's in chat, she can tell you what it's called. I always forget what this one's called over here. But we also have this zone right here, which is like this section up on top of this hill next to Sleepy Haven, with a gate you can't get through yet. And you get up through here. You can go through here, which is like a little logging camp. There's another like pass through it here. And then another pass that goes through here and into Bone Reach. And I can't think what this is called, but it's another pass-through zone. So that's like a zone by itself that you kind of like, it's like a middle ground zone. So this pass-through zone, Ironwind Pass, thank you. So Delver's Pass is like, there's a town in it. There's a little mining town, and there will be kind of a town, sort of, in Ironwind Pass 2. This functions as like a full zone. It just doesn't have like its own like, I guess it kind of has a main storyline. It's just a much smaller one. It's like a lot smaller than the Windless Woods storyline. And it also doesn't have new wood. We don't have a new wood resource. It's going to increase the level cap to 35 from 30. And it does introduce some new resources, just not like major resources that are just like specific to the zone pretty much. So it won't like change the whole game, but it does add like a bunch of new content. Anyway, this pass will open up somewhere. I'm thinking over here at the top here. I'm thinking we'll like get rid of these mountains here, these rocks here, and we'll like lead this out, and that'll go into this zone, which is supposed to, well, maybe not actually. It might just lead out here into Iris Lake. Haven't decided yet. And there might be another pass here that opens up, like these rocks will go away, and there'll be a pathway across a bunch of cliffs here. They go all the way across Mistaken Isles. These are Mistaken Isles here, all the way to what's going to be Everwood right here. This will be the Everwood, which is the next zone we will probably release. Well, I guess we'll have to do Mistaken Isles, but they might not be like ready to explore yet. They might just be like blocked out when we do that. Mistaken Isles isn't going to be a huge zone either, though. It's like there's just not a whole lot of space to explore. It's just going to be like, it's not going to be like this. It's going to be a bunch of like spires, like pillars. I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, so yeah, this is the pass to just get through here. So the fact that people are like living in here is just because they've like kind of made a little settlement and they're using it to like mine precious resources, which is called emeraldite. What's the new system? It is a cask system, and it's used to dry certain fruits and maybe other things in the future. It'll just basically be another processor. It'll take about 24 minutes to dry one thing, which is a lot, and it takes 3 of them to dry one of them. Well, at least right now. So it's sort of like, yeah, it's just like a drying process. The thing is, like, I don't trust our processors right now that we have, because I'm pretty sure it doesn't save the current progress, because the processors right now are only like, it's only like a handful of seconds to like process one item. And because of that, if we turn that into a 24-minute process and you play for like 20 minutes and then log off, and then you come back on, you're probably going to lose that 20 minutes. And we've had reports in the past, I haven't had any recently, but I've had reports in the past where players say they lost their items that were processing when they logged off. So a lot of people just like take their items out of their processors or smelters and stuff before they log off as like a safety precaution, but I haven't seen the report in a long time, so I don't think that's happening anymore. I think we fixed it. I have a weird bug sometimes when I start Unreal every 10th time or so. When I right click, the AMD overlay activates itself. That's weird. Just uninstall your AMD overlay. Do you need it? I don't think I even have it. I have an AMD card, or I have an AMD. I have a Ryzen, so I have an AMD, so I don't know, but I don't have the overlay, I don't think. Anyway, that is weird though. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna build like our own cask system, I think. I think it's just gonna work sort of like the fish processor does, where you just put a bunch of items into a box, and or maybe like, I guess it'll be sort of like the how the seed maker works as well. And then once they're in the box, it'll just slowly take them out and process them over several days. So it's going to take a long time to process them, but I think it's better just have them in a box so you can just walk away and not have to be back every single day to like put them back in, which will be good. So I think worth it. But I got to build this in a new system for it, because it has to save the time it starts the process so it knows how long it takes for it to finish. So anyway, yeah, so I got to build that. The reason we're building that is because we added new items. I don't know if I want to spoil all this. Should we spoil it? You guys want to spoil it? Or would you rather it be a secret? Anyway, so let's go build a cave. Let's build the bear cave. That's what we're gonna do. Sorry, I'm just like flying around like crazy, but we're gonna build the bear cave. because that's what I want to work on. How's that? So, to start, let's go ahead and go to landscape. Let's make sure we're on the right level. I guess it doesn't matter for this, but sculpt, visibility, and we're just gonna wipe out all this. Okay. All right, so we're gonna build a cave here. This is gonna be outside the music bounds a little bit, maybe. So we gotta either be careful of not leaving the music bounds, change them, or just be prepared for bug reports where people say like they left the zone and like the music changed, or they went in the cave and the music changed. So let's go find some rocks. I kind of like this like peak we have going on here, so I think we might just use... Oh, I don't want to put this here though. Let's put it in here. We're gonna build like an entrance to the cave to start with, and then we're gonna like switch and make a new level for it so we can load it in and out. Oh, Jana put logs over here, so I guess we don't have to cover those up. I don't think she knew this was the entrance to the cave, and we can move them if we need to, I guess. Maybe we should have left the train here? No, it's okay. Alright, let's do we need some flooring. Let's start with... I wonder if we should just use a tunnel. Whoops. The foliage is missing and I'm still hitting it somehow. Okay. What was that? What was that sound? I don't know what it was. Okay. Alright, so the plan is, I don't want to get too close to over here just in case I have to do stuff there, so we're probably going to wrap this back around. But the plan is that we're going to, I want to build, like, it's going to come into an opening. Maybe like just one of these. Oh, it's a pretty big cave. Okay, that'll work. I love when it's bigger than I think it is. It's great. Okay, and then we're gonna have it's gonna drop down. So actually,
Thank you for the follow.
do we want to do that? I think we'll do this. Thanks for the follow. Acer Coney, thank you. I wonder if this is this gonna be big enough for a boss fight? I think so. The plan is that we're gonna have this whole section here is gonna be like the boss fight. You're gonna drop down here. Maybe I'll go bigger actually, just so we have more room. As long as I'm far enough away from that, I'm fine. I'm okay with that. So you'll drop down here, and then we'll have like a wall here that kind of like funnels you around. And then what we're gonna do is we have the boss fight bounds is gonna like end here somewhere. So if you leave the boss fight, ideally this is a solution to fix like multiplayer issues. Let's just put our boss fight in. Actually, it's up here. How about our setup? Just grab this one.
You are seriously the best.
Seeing this game grow is amazing. I'm looking forward to the new update.
Oh my god, did you just donate $100? Oh my god, thank you! Wow. Skeleton, thank you so much for that. That was really nice of you. And thanks for the kind words too. I'm excited for the new update too. I think it's gonna be awesome. Wow, thank you. That was really nice. I just set up. Oh, by the way, we fixed the audio alerts and the donation text to speech thing. I figured it out. There's a section in Streamlabs desktop that's new apparently, or probably not new, but I just forgot about it. There's a section on the website, and there's a section on Streamlabs itself. So I found that section today, and we had it set to Portuguese, which is why it was so weird the last couple times when you guys donated. But it's now fixed, and it's now a $2 minimum instead of $5 minimum, because we were trying to test that. So you do have to donate at least $2 now to get the text to speech, but it's a lot lower. Anyway, but yeah, thanks again so much for the donation. That was really nice. And it's no longer in Portuguese. I did pick Australian because I thought that'd be fun. And an Australian accent's more fun, but I don't really like the girl's voice, so we'll probably change it back. I don't know. Okay, so anyway, the plan here is we build, this is like the boss fight area. So as long as you stay in the circle, the boss fight starts, or when you walk into the circle, the boss fight starts. When all players walk out of it, the boss fight ends. But when it ends, the boss becomes immune and he comes back to walk around here. But because he's aggressive, when he sees you, even if he becomes immune, he's still gonna chase you. So the point of having this drop down here is so players can come out here and climb back up to flee. So if a player wanders in here somehow, they fly over the gate and they wander in here and they get killed by a monster or something. Then they, like, it's not a huge deal. Or sorry, if they I just lost my train of thought big time. I don't know where my brain just like shifted gears, went somewhere else. Anyway, so if a player gets in here and they like see the boss and they're like, oh man, I can't defeat this guy, I gotta leave. They leave, and somehow he glitches out and still like sees you again after he's become immune and told to go back to do his own thing, and he chases you anyway and you can't fight him then at least you can just jump out and leave and he can't get to you. He's still immune, so you can't keep shooting him. But and the reason for like gating this off rather than just having it open is so one player can't stand here while another player is in here tanking and just like shoot at him. So we're gonna have like a wall here. So there's no way for players to see him unless they're in the area, basically. That's kind of the point. I guess they could probably still stand over here somewhere and see him while they're still in the area. No, we'll make it work. It'll be fine. We'll do this. Interesting, this is straight up and down. Is this not shaped flat on the bottom? It's not. It has like a... Okay, that's fine though. Okay, so I think this works. This'll work well. Now we just gotta cover all this up and decorate it, and we're good to go. So that's where the boss fight's gonna be. We can get rid of these guys. Actually, we'll leave them there for now. But I want to grab our... We have random crabs over here. Don't worry about them. They're fine. They're supposed to be here. Where are these guys? Alright, so this is the den. We're gonna put VPAI boss bear in here. He might get a new model if I have time. I really want to do a new model on him. At least like make him like a little scarier looking and put like a scar on him, but it takes time and we're kind of out of time. Unfortunately, I didn't UV him or like build a texture for him. So all of his stuff is like really lazily UV'd. His whole body is just UV'd from one side to the other. So it's like I can't like paint a texture on him. Otherwise it'll just show up like on both sides. It'll look dumb. So if I want to redo that, I have to like actually do the work, and it's more work than I want to do. All right, let's block this out really quick. I just want to put in, let's go to our cave wall folder. So the plan is we have like big cave walls. Around in a circle, kind of. And then this will have like an exit right here. Yeah, like that. And then we'll have another one here. So you'll get in here, you'll fall down, go around here, open up, there's the boss fight. Run away. We'll put something. Actually, I wonder if we should maybe make this like over more. And I don't know, I hate the shape of this. Like, it's a circle, I know, but I wish that like we could go fix this actually, but I wish there was like multiple volumes so I could have like it over here and also over here, so the boss fight could be an awkward shape. Because what I don't want is I don't want it over here, because I don't want players. Maybe we'll just go like here, and then we just like block this off. Like this, because when players come in, basically I want them still in the boss area. That'll work. That'll work, and then we just have to do this. Not a good one. Let's do this one. And then what happens is the boss is here. Fix this guy. Okay, so the boss is here. if you run out here to escape him, there's nowhere we are going to like be able to stand outside of the boss ring really to shoot at him. Does that make sense? So if you're here, I guess, I don't know, I guess you could. I guess it doesn't matter that much. Doesn't matter. You can't stand there and be safe anyway. Because he can still chase you out to here if he really wants to. What's the theme of Delver's Pass? I don't know. Delver's Pass is a mining zone. It's like a mountainous region. It's like lumberjacks and miners. So it's like, I don't know. There's a tribe of these people called the Rivari, who come from. So this is Mistaken Isles, right? The bottom of Mistaken Isles is going to have a layer of like this purple or green, haven't decided yet, mist. Could be red, I don't know. Could be any color. But it's going to be like this mist. It actually might even just be white, because the reason it's called Mistaken Isles is because when it was first discovered, people thought they were islands coming out of water, and then they were mistaken. And then also it's a pun, or it's like a double like entendre, because it's also mist taken. The mist has taken the isles. So it's a bunch of like spires basically coming out of the ground, like a bunch of like stone spires. And they're covered in foliage, and they're big enough that there are like people, and maybe people, but mostly creatures living on them and around them. Expect more flying monsters in this zone, which we introduced in Delver's Pass, but there will be more. And so the Rivari are actually people who have lived underneath the mist, and they've like evolved to like be able to breathe in the mist. It's because it's toxic for everyone else. It kills everyone else. Pretty much instantly. So if you fall down there and when that zone comes out, you're pretty much just dead. Like if you survive the fall with your glider, then you just die when you hit the mist. So it's like you just don't want to fall in this zone, which I think is cool. There might be a way to actually explore under the mist later with like certain items or spells or something, but we haven't decided yet. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, so the Rivari have people were trying to figure out what was under the mist, and so they like tunneled into it. And when they did, they discovered the mist was toxic, whatever, so they left. But those tunnels, the Rivari discovered, and so they found their way out of the mist. They never tried to leave before. I don't know why, just for plot armor, I guess. So when they discovered the tunnels, which we might have the tunnels, that might show up later in this zone somewhere. We have 2 more caves I got to make after this cave, the bear cave, so we might have the tunnels somewhere. But when they discovered the tunnels, they decided to leave, and when they discovered that there was like cleaner, better breathable air and like other stuff outside, they wanted to leave. So they started moving their people out. So they're pretty much like, there was a lot of big monsters and creatures and stuff in the mist that are like really dangerous. So they wanted to get away from those too. So when they left, there weren't many of them left at the time because they were attacked by monsters or whatever. So all that's really left is this one little settlement right here. This is the Rivari. These are animation task nodes where it like has them like play animations or whatever. But this is the size of a regular human, and this is the size of the Rivari. So they're like half giants. They're big people. Anyway, so the main storyline in this zone is that these guys, this forest is on fire, right? Because of these fire sprites. And so they want you to not only stop the fire sprites, but figure out why the fire sprites are there, because fire sprites are spawned from an angry fire spirit. So you dealt with spirits a little bit in Windless Woods, and then you'll kind of meet a different spirit sort of in this zone. And it's going to be the fire spirit, or a fire spirit, not the fire spirit. There's many spirits. They're just kind of like the gods of the world. But people don't really worship them. Like, I guess they do a little bit, but they're like tangible things. They like sometimes you can see, sometimes you can't. Like, yeah, Sendu kind of keeps to himself and is like hidden and doesn't want to be seen. But this fire spirit, like, you will probably be able to see him. Maybe. What's up, Deus? So that's kind of like the main storyline. It's not very long. It's gonna be like, it'll be like a single part quest, like the Windless Woods has 3 parts. This is gonna be like 1 part. It won't be very long. It does require you to do like a bunch of stuff in the zone. Like it does require fishing, so you'll have to do fishing to do this quest line. It requires harvesting, it requires combat, it requires a bunch of other things. You get to have a vision, which is cool. There's like a little vision quest. It's not very long. It's a little short thing, but originally I was like, I'm gonna build a whole area you get teleported to, so you can go on a vision quest for the Rivari. And I love the idea still, but I decided just to scrap it because it was just too much work, and I don't have the time or the team to do it anymore. Do that kind of stuff. Like last minute with the farmlands, we decided to add the entire astral plane. That was like, we had like a week before launch, and me and Wendy were like, let's do it. So we just knocked it out and did it real fast, and it was awesome. Had a bunch of little bugs, and it just ended up being kind of lackluster, so it doesn't really have a lot of stuff. But I was just gonna do something like that, but I was like, nah, I don't have time to do that. So instead, you just get to look into the fire and see cool stuff, but it's not all that special. But whatever. Other than that, the zone's really just kind of like helping these people, and that's it. It's just kind of exploration. It's like I said, it's just a pass-through zone, so it's not like a whole lot of story going on, but the theme is pretty much just like mountainous woods. It's like the Pacific Northwest of Tirowin, even though you can go a lot further north. All these mountains are going to be pulled back probably, because I think North is going to be here now, right against the Mistaken Isles. Iris Lake might get scrapped. Haven't decided yet what we're doing with that. It might end up being there, and we just get around to it later. But the next zone is going to be half of Mistaken Isles will probably be done. I don't know if the whole thing will be done. And then we'll do Everwood. And then you can expect, over here on the coast is going to be Alaran City. The desert is either being cut, or it's going to be added in as DLC, and that's probably what will happen to Iris Lake as well. And then Bone Reach will be the last zone, and that's coming up too. Anyway. Saw your devlogs. I bought your game and joined your server a while ago. Cool, thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate the support. That's nice of you. Oops. Anyway, so yeah, we're doing this bear cave today. So the point is, when you leave this area, it like flags the boss as invincible. So I want to make sure that one player can't just stand up here basically and shoot the bear and not get hurt, not get shot. Well, that's weird. Oh, that material does that. That's all I'm trying to avoid. And I think we can probably just avoid that by putting this wall outside of this. Because that way, if both players want to, yeah, I think it'll be fine. We'll just do this, and then, right? Doesn't that fix that? We'll fix these gaps and everything. We're just blocking right now. So even if one player stands here and shoots at the bear will still chase and attack him. And until both players leave this zone, he won't stop fighting. When they both leave the zone, he'll become invincible, and he might still chase them, and they can escape. I think we're just gonna have to leave it. I don't see a way where they can choose it. Basically, we found out, like, with, like, the Boar King, which was supposed to be, like, a little mini boss fight, we put a bunch of, like, rocks around him, and people just stand on the rocks where they can't reach them, and that's the whole fight. So we're, I'm thinking about adding a new ability where, like, whenever he slams into something, it, like, grabs all the players in the area and just, like, knocks them away from wherever he slammed, so it'll just give, like, an impulse. And that way it'll, like, knock anyone off of rocks that were on rocks, so they'll have to, like, scramble to get back up on them if they want to keep trying to cheese. I think that'll fix that problem. We also added this new boss fight, or mini boss mechanic, which was built in when Targ was made, but I realized that the whole thing was, like, very much hard-coded just for Targ. So I have to fix that now too. Or I had to fix that. It's all fixed now. And now we have Ross is actually already set up on the new mini boss system, which is cool. I don't know. I want to like weave this back in so players like have to like physically leave leave. That's why I'm like trying to like push this. So it's just like a short little area. But the problem is like, then you're still in the boss fight area in this little tiny area. So the boss could get in here. And that would be really annoying to try to fight him in there. But I guess, I don't know. I think we just have to like, this is going to be a situation where we just have to like trust that players are just going to stay in here and fight the boss. Or they're going to leave. We could technically trigger like a way to like lock them in. But I don't know how like that's believable other than just like a rock slide. Like a cave in, I guess, maybe. Did you do what Elden Ring does? 50 guys with projectiles that home towards you with the millimeters of error at the match Jesus. I don't know. I haven't got that far in Elden Ring, I guess. Crazy how far the game has come. Started watching back in like 2019-ish. Yeah, it launched in 2020. It's been 6 years. A lot has been added to the game. Crazy how long you've been working on it too. Yeah, it is pretty crazy. I don't know. At times I'm like wondering like why I'm still doing this. Especially since it doesn't make a whole ton of money anymore. So it's like it's hard to justify it sometimes, but also I hear like a ton of people all the time talk about how they don't buy early access games. And then like when I hear that kind of stuff, I'm just like, right, keep that in mind. Like they don't buy early access games, and the reason they don't do it is because like they don't trust early access games. So when we hit 1.0 and we've proven like we did it, we actually finished this damn game, even if it's not 100% what was promised, because like we did promise a couple things like bug catching and a Switch port, which I just don't think it'll run on the Switch at this point because the game got too big, which is like maybe an okay problem to have. I don't know. Maybe Switch 2 it'll run on. Who knows? We can try it when it comes out. But yeah, I don't know. It's I think when we prove that like we can actually finish the game, even if it's not exactly the same, I think that it'll be worth it. I think we'll bring in more players, hopefully. Players come in, a rock gets down, trapping you in. You fight the bear, and before the bear dies, he makes a hole or something like that for new path forward. Yeah, trying to make sure that the boss like does something special at the end would be a problem, but yeah, we could do that. We could easily do that. Maybe, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking this isn't that big of a like deal. It's not that crazy of a fight, so I'm kind of thinking we'll just leave it alone. I'm also thinking it'd be kind of nice if players exited. Maybe okay, I have an idea. Let's do this. First of all, I think this is a huge area to fight this one bear in. I don't think we need this much space. So I think we're gonna pull all this in a little more. I think kind of if it's a little bit tighter, it just makes it even like a little bit harder for players to fight the boss, which is a good thing. So what I want to do is this, where we lead players down a little corridor here. Oops. This wasn't supposed to be here. Sometimes it's really hard to like do level design when you can't see the things on both sides because you don't know where the walls are. So you go this way, and then you turn and exit here, No, that won't work. Will it? Because then you can lead the... Oh, you know what? It will work. Because what we're going to do... We're going to put a nav modifier volume in right here. Your companions will get stuck on this too, but it won't be a big deal because they'll just teleport to you. I think this is already set up to be... No, yeah. So we put that here, and then he can't get out here. In fact, we could put it... Yeah, we put it like here. So he gets here, and then... Oh, I guess we need to put it like across all of this right here. No, will that work? That won't work, because then you can stand in that volume and he can't get to you. Damn it. How do we do this? What will this new update have? A bunch of stuff. It raises the level cap by 5 levels. It introduces new weapons and items, new spells. There's a whole bunch of new drinks. We're not adding new food because we already have way more food than drinks. And these drinks are very specific and they're actually unique and new. It's not just like making new drinks. It adds 3 new enemy types, some new items you can use, ideally a couple new trinkets if I get around to them, a new town, a bunch of other stuff, new resources, not many though, but definitely some. I'd love to see a boss with a shield system. You have to deplete his shield or for the boss to go in stasis mode and you will have like 5 seconds to damage him. Yeah, we have something, I have something like that. I literally have something just like that planned. I'll spoil it for you. So we have another little zone that I keep forgetting about that we're supposed to add over here, right here, this section right here. So there's a gate in Windless Woods. There's a gate at the top of this hill right here. I think it's right here. This area right here is going to be the flood. At the end of this, there's a big sunken tower. That's like, you can only see like the top floor of it. And when you go in, you can like fall down to the bottom to go in. And then somewhere in this tower, the bottom of the tower, there's going to be like a door into the archives. Archives is going to be like a giant library. Basically, it's like a whole dungeon. It's just like a library. Sort of like, think like Scarlet Monastery library from World of Warcraft. That was like one of my favorite like dungeons in WoW back in the day. So probably a lot of inspiration from that, but it'll be like a giant library you go through, and then the boss there is the lore keeper. He's like the librarian in the library, and he's been sealed in there for years, and he's like immortal or whatever. Maybe not immortal, but he's super old, but he's like been there for like 100 years or something. Haven't decided what race he's going to be yet to make this make sense. But he's a sorcerer too. So he's going to like cast spells at you and stuff. I guess it's not exactly like that now that I'm remembering how I have it set up. But basically whenever you like try to attack him, he will teleport away, and he just does that for a while. So whenever you get near him, like you just get like even within melee range or shoot a projectile at him, he'll automatically just teleport to a different spot in the room. And you can't attack him. And then he will eventually stop and summon allies. He'll summon like a bunch of minion like creatures. He's conjuring things. And while he's conjuring, he can take damage. And that's the only time he won't teleport, is while he's casting this like conjuration spell. But when he finishes that spell, it's gonna summon like 10 like ads. So then you're like stuck dealing with the ads, and he has like a 30-second, 45-second cooldown or something on that. Or maybe he waits till all the ads are gone and then he'll summon them again. I don't know how that'll work yet. But I guess it's similar to that. He will have like phases where he can't be attacked. basically because he teleports away. But I like the idea of the shield thing. That'd be really cool. We have some statue mobs planned later in the game, so it'd be kind of cool if they had like maybe like the statues could have like a big shield on them, and they just like constantly face you with the shield, and like the shield can be destroyed and it'll like shatter or something, and then they can take damage. That could be kind of cool. Though it would also just kind of feel like they just have like a bunch of health because you're fighting them twice basically, but that'd be fine. Especially if when the shield gets destroyed, if they like pull out a sword or something and then just start swinging around or something, that would be pretty fun. Because then they have 2 phases. Do you get Estus Flask though? No Estus Flasks. You can have pretty much infinite potions on you. You actually can have infinite potions on you if you had that many in this game. So you don't need Estus Flasks. And the cooldown is like 1 second on them. So you can just keep chugging them if you want. Thanks for the follow, Girl Stomp. Welcome in. Okay, so what we're running into is I don't want players to be able to stand up here and cheese the boss with arrows while the other player just stands in here. And so what'll happen is, I hate to like give away these secrets in case we can't fix this, but what'll happen is one player or both players can come into the ring to start the boss fight. One player can aggro the boss, like say an archer aggroes the boss, runs out here, the boss follows him. They jump up on this thing. They sit and shoot the boss. The other player just stands in the circle, because once they leave the circle, the boss fight ends and the guy becomes invincible. So maybe what we'll also do is if the boss leaves the circle, then we also end the fight. So if they draw the boss too far, that would actually be really easy to implement, and it would solve all of these problems, because that way if they try to cheese the boss by pulling him too far, then it just ends the fight. Let's just do that. That's a good save, right? What kind of game are you creating? This is a I used to say casual, but casual is kind of like now just preserved for like in mobile games. So it's more like cozy or like lighthearted, I guess. It's an open world action RPG. It is online multiplayer, up to 16 players. It's out in early access right now on Steam. You can check it out. There's at least 60 hours of content in it. Some players have 1,000 hours because there's a housing system, so you can purchase plots around the world and then build houses on them and then decorate the houses. There's thousands of items to find and collect. There's hundreds of weapons of all different types, ranging from like swords, obviously, staves, all the way down to like gauntlets and like what else is it? There's a loot. It's like a magic staff weapon. It's cool. Anyway, there's like tons of secrets. There's a whole bunch of like towns and like stuff to like buy for your house if you want to do that. There's a bunch of quests to do. It's a huge game. It's too big. I used to have a team of 5 people, and then we ran out of money, and so now it's just me again. So, and my wife. My wife helps a little bit too. She does a lot of like more of like the technical stuff. She like sets up a lot of items and stuff. And she's the community manager for the game, so she's a big help. But I program everything and do all the art myself, and we use a lot of animations we buy, or yeah, that's it. But I do some animation myself too. And we pay a composer for the music when we can afford it. I see a point redemption to name an NPC. Guess I'm saving up for a while. Yep, you are welcome to do that. It's kind of how we give back to our viewers on stream. I stream at least once a week. I try to stream 2 or 3 times a week if I can get around to it. The whole game is made in Unreal Engine using blueprints. There's like maybe 1% of the code is like C++. It's so very minor. And we use GAS, which is a gameplay ability system through Unreal Engine, which is really cool. Though we don't use it to the fullest extent, and I really wish we did, because I have learned a lot about GAS recently, and I really love using it and how like powerful it is. And we just don't use it in a lot of places where we should be, or we aren't using it the right way. Because when we built this, GAS was still really new and we didn't know a lot about it. So a lot of the back-end stuff is built using it partially. Okay, we're checking if it contains the player. Let's also, if I guess it doesn't matter if it contains the player. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, or we just check. Right, this is no, not. So if this, oh my god, if this is the boss, or if it's a player, and then what we should probably do is I don't want to drag a wire all the way across there. Let's fine. I don't like doing this, but we're doing it. I have to open, no I don't. I guess I have to, oh, I don't want this replicated. I think I do want it replicated, but I guess it doesn't matter if it's replicated when we turn it on, because that can happen locally. But then when we're done with this, and we're like reset the boss, then we need to, oh no, you know what, we won't do it like that. This doesn't need to be replicated. Fine. Because then when we enter it again, we'll just check to see if this is the boss. This also won't work. Because that would mean that we'd be turning it off every single time the boss did not leave. So we'll do something like this, which is sloppier, but it's fine. And then I guess we'll do the same thing over here. We kind of don't care about if this isn't the boss. I'm trying to keep this clean, but it's not. I'm kind of in crunch mode, so I don't really have time to like make sure this is like perfect, and it shows a little bit. I do plan on learning to program in Godot soon, just waiting until I can get a PC. Do you have Godot is literally an app on your phone too. If you want to start playing in it now, you can. Do you have a laptop or a computer at all? Because unless you're planning on making like a AAA looking game in Godot, you can use pretty much anything to run Godot. It'll run on a toaster. You can buy houses with Monopoly. Yeah, you can. So actually, we kind of have an issue like that. So we have an official server, a US and a European official server in our game. So you can join those games and play multiplayer whenever you want, or you can host your own, or you can play single player, or you can host your own dedicated server, or you can join someone's server that they've hosted, and you can password protect and all that too. But if you join the official servers, because there's player housing, there's actually a bunch of players who've already bought all the houses out. So there's no plots left on the official servers. So because of that, we're actually going to add in a feature here soon, eventually, when I get around to it, that allows us to, or allows server owners to charge rent. Just the money goes in the void, but you can charge rent on the plots instead of buying them outright. Or you can make players buy them outright and then charge monthly or weekly or daily or whatever you want a certain percentage of that amount. So let's say a plot is 1,000 gold. I don't think there's any plots for 1,000 gold. Let's say it's like 10,000 gold. There's one for 10,000. So you buy a plot for 10,000 gold, and then the server has it set up where you have to pay 10% of the purchase price monthly. And every month you have to go to your sign and physically spend or pay your rent within like a certain window. And if you don't pay it, and you can't pay it up front, there will be no paying it up front, so that way players have to be active. You can't just put in 100,000 gold and have it forever. You have to pay it on time, so you have to be active. Technically, you could just come in for an hour and pay your, or 10 minutes and pay your rent and then leave, but whatever. And if you don't pay it, then all of your stuff goes into like a box outside of the house or whatever. The plot goes back up for sale for someone else, and then all the stuff goes in a box and people can just take what they want. So it'll be a little scary if you don't come on and pay your rent. But like that's like the price you pay if you want to own a house on a server. Otherwise, you can just play on your own world and have all the houses you want, not to worry about that. You just pay for it once and it's done. So anyway, so we do have kind of like a monopoly going on right now, where players just like own a bunch of houses. They can't charge people rent for them right now, though we've considered that as well, allowing people to buy a plot, decorate it, and then sell it or rent it so other people can have access to it. But I don't know about that. I don't know if that'll work out or not. Anyway, let's see. If this is the boss, then we trigger boss left. Otherwise, we just move on and do other things. If the boss leaves, we don't really care about doing all this other stuff. None of this matters. So we'll just leave that alone. Oh, this is if the boss enters, not leaves. We're just doing this to trigger if the boss left or not. And this will happen locally, so it'll happen on the server, and it'll be fine. Yeah, perfect. Okay, I think that'll work. We can test it. So I should be able to test it by just running away from the boss. So let's make our... Now we can move all this stuff back again, because that doesn't matter anymore. Now I kind of want to move it all back, because I want the boss to have to leave as you're exiting, so like this. Maybe like this? I guess it doesn't really matter. You can just put it like right back here. So if the boss leaves this area, let me go back further like that. As long as you can't accidentally walk into it, then it doesn't matter. So like that. Cool. All right, so now let's test it and see if we can get the boss to leave and make sure it actually triggers. Well, actually, I can't do this with one player. You gotta test this multiplayer. Because I have to keep one player in the circle to keep the boss fight going. This is, okay, so I can definitely foresee some issues with this too, because that means if one player is like in the circle fighting, and another player is in the circle fighting, and one player wants to keep fighting the boss, and the other player runs, and the boss follows them, and the boss leaves the circle, the fight will end, and the boss will come back into the circle, and the player that's still in the circle will not be able to do damage to the boss, but will still technically be in the boss fight, and they'll have to leave and come back in to trigger the boss to fight again. Damn it. Oh, and also we just got... Oh wait, no, I think that was just me trying to stop the game. What's up, Rock Kicker? I remember who you are today. So we don't have to have any crises. Did I not just test this in multi? Oh, I didn't. Duh. I literally just did the same thing. Oh, why? Why, Unreal Engine? So maybe we don't want the boss to leave. I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. No, yeah, because the boss will leave. It'll end the fight. The player inside the ring, the fight will end for them, and they will have to leave and come back in for it to start again. I don't know, because that's going to feel bad if the second player is like stuck in there and they suddenly can't kill the boss. Then what are they supposed to do? Sure, you can restore, I guess. How do we handle that? What if we just had players like climb a ladder into the boss room and they had to climb the ladder back out from like the ceiling? Because then you couldn't like cheese the boss at all. And when you got like the only way you could like possibly cheese the boss is just like sitting on the ladder, but you can't attack while you're on a ladder. That would be one way to do it, but I just feel like that's not a good solution for any other boss fight in the whole game. And I don't really want to like, I don't want to like design the fight to like be uncheesable around a system or around a mechanic or a tactic that we can't use anywhere else. Yeah, I think we'll just make sure that you like the boss will, I don't know. It's not that big of a deal, is it? Why do we keep... Every time I come back in, all the collisions are turned on. Alright, at least it loaded that pretty quick that time. So yeah, alright, so I don't know what the solution is though. Should we just not worry so much about it being cheesable? Oh, all this stuff got moved again. Great, thank you. Okay, I still want to test this in multiplayer though, so let's try it again. Hopefully it doesn't crash. So I can just lead him out here once he gets out that circle. I have to make sure whichever player gets targeted, I have to switch to them real quick. So they don't die. Oh, there's no nav bound in here. Yeah. Oh, okay. I don't know what this error is though. Player state. Player state is pending kill. This is probably just because I ended the game. What's this one though? This is telling me that the mini boss widget doesn't exist. between here and here. This might be triggering. This doesn't matter. Maybe it is. I don't know. This has got to have something to do with what I just added in here. Let's just start outside of it, because no players are ever going to spawn inside of a thing anyway. Oh wait, damn it. Nav bounds. I have to build paths too. Let's just see if this gives me errors this time without spawning inside of it. Looks like we're good that time. Okay. Okay, just need nav bounds, sorry. I was thinking about making this a bigger cave and then having like the smaller like mobs inside of it, or the smaller bears inside of it. You know what? I think. Hold on, is there not a nav? There is a nav over here, isn't there? This isn't nav. It is. Hold on. I just need to. Okay, hold on. I don't need this. We have that much already. Let's see what you're saying. Okay, oh, right here. Yeah, this needs to be fixed. You shouldn't be able to see that. So this should be. This is like all this needs to be moved still. But it should basically like, you're right. I think I see what you're saying, Lethal. What you're saying is basically move this like this. Oh, come on, like this basically. So that you have to come in this way and then loop all the way back around. So it's a switch back, and that way you can't ever see the entrance from where the thing is. That's a good idea. I'm gonna leave like this for now because I just built paths. But yes, I think that's a great idea. Yeah, we'll fix that. Okay. Play again, last try. That's kind of what I was going for, yeah. My idea, in order to activate the boss fight, all players will have to step in the circle, and they will get teleported in the arena. If one player leaves, all players get kicked out, and the fight will reset. The problem with that is that, like, that's fine. That's how we're gonna do it in a dungeon. But I don't want to do it like that in, like, a generic... Okay, so we're gonna put one player like right here. Oh yeah, I forgot that was happening. Ah! He's gonna kill me. Okay, so I leave, he leaves, then he is up. Uh-oh. He really wants to keep fighting me, but he keeps going in and out. Okay, let's see if we can get out of his vision. Okay, he went back after the other guy. But now, can the other guy fight him? Oh, I'm dead. Nope, I'm dead. Can't do damage to him, he's invincible now. So I have to leave, come back in, and now I can do damage. And that knockdown is brutal. Do you guys like that attack? Oh, he skipped it. He started it and gave up on it. I need to figure out why that's happening. Like when he starts doing his, I'm not dealing with that today. But when he starts doing his roar, sometimes he doesn't like finish it. Okay, whatever. Also, oh my god, why does this keep happening? Okay. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna pretend like it's just a fluke. What's up, Lido? In high school? I'm playing the Donkey Kong? Cool, man. Can you guess what year I graduated high school? I'll give you a hint. It's not in the 2020s. Ugh, I don't know why we keep crashing. I didn't even bother to look at the error that time. I just hit play. It doesn't matter what the error is. So I'm kind of thinking I think we have to remove the boss leaving the area. Canceling it. Or maybe not. Maybe what we do is, if the boss leaves the area, we cancel it, but we also cancel it for all players. So they all get kicked out. I'm also thinking that maybe we should set the player we should update their faction when they get inside. Like make them like neutral, or this is work better. We'll make the boss a non-combatant. Like we'll just set them as that like by default. And then when the boss fight starts, we'll make them a combatant, so they'll chase you, but they won't chase or aggro on you at all once the boss fight is over. That way, even if you do have one person trying inside the ring trying to like fight them, it doesn't matter how aggressive the bear is. He just won't attack you until you leave and come back in. I think that's the good way to do it. What's up, Gabriel? Welcome in. 2001? What? Man, do I look that old? If I graduated in 2001, that would have made me like 18-ish in 2001. Is that 2024? So 18 plus 23 would make me 41. Do I look 41? Oh, you know I could have figured this out much faster. Added the difference between when I graduated. How old I am now. Or between when I graduated, when you guessed. Anyway. Do I look 41 to you? I don't feel 41. I don't think I look 41, but who knows? I graduated in 2006. I feel like you graduated between 2015 and 2016. You seem like you're only a bit older than me. Wow. So you're guessing me, that would put me 26 or 27. I said high school. Because Lido on YouTube said that he's in high school. So I was saying that I was asking when I graduated high school. Sometime between 06 and the same year I graduated. Oops, went off college. Okay, so college is a little different because I started later. I didn't do college like right out of high school like a lot of people do. I graduated in 2006, graduated high school in 2006, and then I did I went to college a couple times and kind of just failed each time. And then finally, hold on, did we lose our zone bounds? Oh no, they're still there. That's right. They just they're turned off. Anyway, I kind of just like gave up on college a couple times, and then when I finally did go back in, I don't need to edit this guy. This guy. I went to Full Sail finally, and that's when I actually finished. But I started college in 2014, right? No, yeah, 2014, right before, like end of 2014, right before my daughter was born. And because I was gonna be a stay-at-home dad, so I thought, well, I'll just go back to school, and it'll be worth it. So as a stay-at-home dad, went to college at night, and then when I got near graduating is when I started Swords and Magic, and started streaming that at night too while I was finishing up school. Actually, I think it was right after I graduated. I think it was. So, Yeah, and I went to college for 3 years, got my bachelor's. So I guess I finished that in 2017. So there you go. There's my timeline. Okay, so we don't care if the boss left then, because if the boss leaves, it just cancels the fight. So we don't need this, or this, or this, or this. Really, these are done too. Okay, so we don't need this, or this. Oh wait, we did need to know if it was a boss. Because ending the overlap. Oh wait, shit, we did need that. But we always just like run the wire all the way back there and see if it was the boss. It's fine, this will fine. And then if the boss left, we end the state, great. And then the last thing we need to do is we just make sure it does end it, so it ends it for all players, great. And then we just need to make sure that we... You know what else we could do? This would be... No, we're not going to do that. I was going to say we could probably set it up so we could start the fight by damaging the boss if the player's in the ring. So if one player leads the boss out, fight ends, boss comes back into the ring. Maybe what we should do is we just take the player off of the... No, it's gonna take some different code for that. We should make like an untargetable state, and then when the player leaves the ring, we should like trigger them as untargetable or so much. No, that's a bad idea too, because then like what? Then that's just like so cheesable. I don't know. This is complicated. Instead, we end the fight and we make them non-combatant. So if one player leads the boss out of the ring, then they shouldn't have done that, and then they ruined the fight for everyone else, and that's just how it's going to be. So when we do, there's a by boss section in here. There it is. We make, oh yeah, so we make them a non-combatant here. I think the problem is make them non-combatant and make them immune. But I think that because they're a non-combatant, are we making them a combatant when they go back in? Or when they spawn? Yeah. So why is he like immediately trying to fight me again if he's a non-combatant at that point? He shouldn't like care to like fight me again at that point. Maybe we're just like not checking that. It's okay. You know what? It's not worth it. So when we spawn the boss, we just need to make sure we're also... I don't know. Maybe we do need to just put that back. Maybe we do need to do this. And when the boss enters, we're just gonna set this to false. Now that we deleted all that and had to put it back in there. I think we leave it like this. It's a little janky, but we're just gonna leave it alone. Because he's invincible until you walk back in, so it doesn't matter. Also, this does mean, too, that if one player flees and the boss leaves, and they're like, oh shoot, can't fight the boss anymore, the boss won't keep chasing them, because every single time they try to leave the thing, they'll just try to go back away. So they basically just get stuck there, but they're immune, so it doesn't matter. But as soon as the player walks back in, they're no longer immune anymore, and the boss can be attacked again. So the player just has to stay inside the ring. That's all that matters. The player can technically leave the ring and keep shooting the boss inside, but as soon as the boss leaves, that's when it gets triggered. So that's fine. All right, let's save. We'll test it again in a little bit, but I don't want to deal with it crashing again. What just happened? I don't know what just happened. It just gave up on me. Okay. All right, so we go over here. We're gonna just scale these all like straight up in the air so we can get a higher ceiling in here in a minute, but maybe not in this section. Then we do this guy here. So it widens through. And opens up here. Unfortunately, we have to figure out how to do the ceiling. I think it'll be alright. We might just scale this down. We'll see. We'll figure it out. Alright, and then we just need to close that section off. You know what? I think we... I think we're gonna move this guy back here. I like it to be like here-ish, like this. I guess it doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter where the boss like ends the fight. This section's plenty big to fight the boss in. And I want to put like more rocks in here to like, but I don't want anything you can climb on, because anything you can climb on, the boss like, he'll just like, you can just cheese him so easy, which is gonna make that a little more challenging. We can also just put rocks in and then put like blocking volumes on them so you can't get on them. I think that'll be fine. Okay. We'll fix these. Sorry. Let me get caught up on chat. So that was just a number. No, you're good, Ben. Yeah, I'm way behind. Sorry. How did I do that? Ben, are you the same Ben from YouTube? Ben Elo? There's probably two Bens. So you graduated high school in 2013. Nice. What's up, Luxurious? I don't know how to say your name. The better question is, what time is he making right now? What? Because he makes a new game every week. Oh, what game is he making right now? Got it. Don't even know. I spent all weekend on something new. Oh no, Rockkicker, I know how you feel. I'm kind of in the same boat. I jump between projects way too often. I always come back towards Magic though, so there's that. At least I had that going for me. Maybe you want to put it in your project? A squirrel of game dev. I like the idea that you were talking about, Kindred. Nice. I don't remember which idea it was, but I'm glad you liked it. I agree. I also think it's good. When the bear leaves, it will go in rage mode. It gains infinite speed, and his roar will vaporize the player and destroy the whole continent. That's not a bad idea, boss. Okay, cool. All right. Let's put some more rocks in. I just hear Janice say, no barking, and then she opens the door, and then immediately the dog starts barking. That was a good try, though. Also, welcome in, Ryo. Thanks for coming in. How you doing? Just so you know, Jana's computer got its new part, and I think I might have told you this already, but it's working flawlessly. It's like the temperature is so much better now. She was a little worried because it was kind of like spiking a little bit, and she was really nervous to install it, but I made her do it herself. I made her put on the thermal paste and everything, and she was so nervous about it. And then I was like, just make sure you do it in like one continuous bead and don't like go back and forth because you'll create air pockets. And she's like, okay. And then she just immediately starts going back and forth and creates like all these air pockets. And I'm like, okay, I mean, that's probably fine. Don't worry about it. So we just put it on. I should have had her take it off and put it back on again, but we didn't have any more. So we don't just have thermal paste. So we just have what the thing came with. But it's fine. It's working just fine. But then she was all worried. She's like, it's like the temperature is like changing. And I'm like, honey, you just turned the computer on. It's going to be changing a little bit. Okay, is this big enough for a boss fight? I think it's plenty big. We'll put him back here in this corner. Keep in mind, he's bigger than he looks. Where's our dummy at? I think it's plenty big. We could have a team of 10 players in here fighting this boss. It'd be good. Okay, good. We can even put like like some treasure or something in this corner and like put like a chest here or whatever. So there's like a little bit of a reward after you beat him. That'd be fun. Is there lore behind why the bear is alone in a cave? That's where bears usually live. They usually live alone in caves. So no, not really. Other than that. But his name is Stoneclaw, and he is gonna have some lore. He's just been kind of a terror. Maybe he might get renamed to like Stoneclaw the Terror because he's just been hassling people. He's basically just been like killing everyone who tries to go through Delver's Pass. So they've had the gate closed because he's too dangerous. No one can put him down. So you're sent to go deal with him, obviously. We should do some stalactites though, which I thought we had a different stalactite. Oh, I thought we had a different one. We have this one, but it's made of honey. What if we make it just stone? Or like, yeah. Maybe. And yes, I recognize that the ones on the floor are stalagmites, not tights. Maybe? I scale these ones too much. Oh, maybe not actually. I don't know what the shadow is coming from, but probably just because it's like rounded. It's meant to be like, yeah, maybe these are not, maybe these are a no-go. I think we just swap for these ones. Yeah, that's better. The reason we have those ones is because they're made of honey, and so they're like softened, so they have like that like softened edge on them, which is fine. We could technically put some of those in here if we wanted to. Like we could have like some, like maybe this was like a big wasp nest or like a bee nest or whatever, and so he was in here. That's why he lives in here, because it's like honey. I don't know. Tranquilize arrows, that'd be fun. It would be nice to add some bones or stuff. Yeah, definitely, for sure, we'll get there. So yeah, the way I work when I do level design is I start with big things, like the biggest things, and then I start adding what's called secondary details, and then we'll go through and add tertiary details. So we're still on the primary details right now, like the big stuff. Okay, so players need a way to get out of here. We can do like a little jumping puzzle for it if I guess we want to. Maybe do something like this. Whenever I think a player can like make a jump, they usually can't. Alright, so before I get too carried away with this, we need to block these holes in the wall. So let's do, maybe we do this again. Make it kind of like a little tight fit. Of course, like this guy is supposed to be, the bear should be able to get out of this cave, so we really have to make sure that like it looks like the bear could somehow get out. Like it's possible at least. It's not too bad. I hate that so much. That looks pretty good. Did we do it? Put a rock under here so players don't try to duck in there to see if there's anything hidden. Sometimes that's okay, sometimes it's not. And we need something back here to block this section, so we'll do... not that one. There's another one that's bigger. This one. Looks good to me. And then we need to block this side off a little bit because it's pretty ugly. Let's just grab this one. That looks kind of pretty good, I guess. Just need to cover this. So let's do... Oh yeah, we didn't cover this very well, did we? Alright, that's good. Cool. Probably don't need any more detail up there because I don't think it's gonna matter. We're sticking through the wall a little bit, but that's okay. Sure. This might be a problem because I think you might be able to cheese from up there. No, I guess it doesn't matter because once the bear tries to get to you, you can't cheese anymore. That'll be fine. Oh my god, I'm missing a bunch of chat. Sorry. It would be nice to add some bones or stuff. Got it. Maybe the first thing when you see when you enter the cave as a treasure, then you see the boss. That'd be cool. So you walk in, yeah, like okay, hold on. So you'll walk in here. And the treasure's like in a big pile back here. So you're just like, oh, heck yeah, treasure. And then you walk in and then the bear's like, dun dun dun. And when you walk across this line is when the boss fight thing is going to start and music will start. So the bear will be like here. I like that. Good idea. We can set up a cutscene if we wanted to. So when you walk in, like a cutscene place to like show the bear. The problem with that is that, even if like one player's already started the fight, well, I guess it'll just start for the players when they walk in. I don't know. I don't think the cutscene's a good idea. It's built in so we can have it if we want it, but we don't need it. Okay, let me catch up. What's up, Corlag? The Bard. I don't think I ever get level design so hard. Wait, I don't think I ever get level design so hard for me. Oh. I think level design I remember when I first started doing level design in this game, in like the single player version, like years ago, I remember thinking like, how hard could level design be? And then I jumped in and started like making a level and I was like, this feels really bad. And everything is way too small and like nothing is fun here. And like, it's hard to get around and I don't know what I'm doing. And there's still a little bit of like we're definitely not a pro at level design. I don't think any of us were working on this game, so it's sort of like we're still kind of just winging it, but we're getting better. I've definitely gotten a lot better. Like one thing that I was really, really bad at was verticality. That's like something I could never like get my head around, is like everything was just kind of like flat. It was just kind of like, this is what you do. You just go through here. And then when I finally started like intentionally like forcing myself to add verticality to levels, I got a lot better. And then this zone has a lot of verticality. Like you go up this big hill and there's like a whole chasm that you like go around, and it's a lot better. Anyway, I've been playing a game every single day for the past 1.5 years. I love it, but the player base is decreasing because the developer doesn't care anymore. I've had so many ideas for the game, but I'm not being the game dev. They will for sure ignore all the ideas. But not being a game dev, yeah. Should I start my own project creating a replica? I have code experience being a software dev, but 0 to none for creating a game, but I love it. I'm afraid though it's going to be a project that ends up on the mountain of unfinished things. Here's my take. One, what type of game is it? Is it a game that you can just like knock out in like 6 months? Realistically? Meaning, do you think you can finish it in 3 months? Because if you think you can finish it in 3 months, then you'll finish it in 6 months. Second, is it a game? You said that the player base is dwindling. So yeah, so here's the thing. If your game requires a player base, like let's say it's a first person shooter. If your game requires a player base, that means you need a ton of marketing. You'll need tons of like features that will bring players into the game and keep them there, which means this is a games as a service game now suddenly. Because otherwise, how are you supposed to keep players engaged? And what's going to be the difference between your their game flopping or like dying and your game dying? You know what I mean? Like I know you have lots of ideas, but like realistically, you have to think about how long will those ideas take to implement? How much money is it going to take to do that? Can you make that money back from the player base? Is it a free-to-play game? Are you going to monetize? Do you have time to build microtransactions? Do you have time to keep all that stuff fresh and interesting? So yeah, I think of any game that requires a player base, while it might be a passion project, I think it's probably not going to happen, right? Like you might just not want to do that. If you were playing a game like Littlewood is a really good example of like a small game that like inspired me a lot when I started playing, and I was like, this is really cool. And I really want to make a game that's like similar to this because I really like this, but I can think of like ways that I can make it better, and I'd love to see multiplayer, right? That is a game where like I don't need a player base. I could just sell it to 10 people and I'd be happy that I built it because it'd be a passion project that I'd like to build. So personally, if it were something like that, I would say, yeah, go for it. Do it for fun. Make a clone of it, you know, make your own version of it, change the things you want to change. That'll be awesome. But if you're not going to do all that, or if the game's more complicated and it requires multiplayer and it requires a player base, unless you want to do this as your full-time job, I wouldn't touch it. And even so, with no experience making games or designing games, I would start with something much smaller, just as like to get your feet wet and to get into it, and see if you even like it first. Because there's a chance that you're gonna do this and you're gonna just be like, this is a lot of work, and I don't want to do this. I don't like game development. Why did I do this? And you just wasted 3 months of your life, you know, trying to like build this thing. So I would say it sounds like it's going to be too much work, and I wouldn't do it. And if you really do want to do it, and it is like a passion of yours, and you want to make games, and you think that that's a game you want to make one day, that's great. But shelve it and start learning a game engine. And as you're learning the game engine, as you're learning like new features or whatever, then start thinking of games you can use to build around just that one feature. Like when I first started learning Unreal Engine, I learned how to like move an object with like a tick. And I was like, I'm gonna make it a conveyor belt. That would be cool. And so I like made a conveyor belt that just moved objects across it. And then I was like, what else can I do with this? So I found a way to like, I figured out how to like pick up the objects. And then I learned like how to make them have physics, so I could drop them again and they'd have physics. And then I learned how to like throw them. And then I learned how to check like collision boxes for certain objects. So I built like bins. So then I was like, okay, so I can pick up these boxes and put them in a bin, and it gives me a point. That's cool. So it's like a package distribution game now. And then I was like, well, I need multiple different types of packages. So then I went from there and I built like children of that same package you could pick up, and made like different variations of it. So I basically just started from like one core thing that I knew how to do and started building a game based on that. And then I started learning more things and adding more things into it as I went. And it kept it really fun, really engaging, and it was constantly changing and was like new and exciting every day. And I spent like 2 weeks building that just for fun. And then when I figured all that out, and I was just doing it in like first person or whatever, I was like, okay, I want to get a character moving. So I started a fresh project, and my goal was just to get one character moving. And I kid you not, that one idea is what spawned all of Swords and Magic, and now I do it for a living. So that's like where it all started. I just like, it was my second project in Unreal Engine, miraculously. I don't even ask, like, I don't know. I probably made 60 to 150 projects somewhere in there, in like Stencil, in RPG Maker, in Game Maker, even like all these different engines where I tried to do all these different things and never finished a single game other than like a handful of game jams. And then in Unreal Engine, like I like learned the basics, and then my second project turned into my like full-time job, and I actually built my dream game. Don't ask me how it happened. It's kind of a miracle, I think. But yeah, the fact is that because I started from such a simple idea, like I just want to get a third-person character running around, and then I just started adding on to it, it kept it so much, like it just made it fun. It was just like a challenge every day, like a new little challenge that I gave myself. But the key is, I know that sounds like just making any game, but the key is that if you decide, okay, I'm gonna make an MMO, and I'll just make every day a little challenge like building up the MMO. This is the problem, right? You've already lost. And the reason is because if you say I'm gonna build an MMO, the second you look up and you realize how much mountain is ahead of you, and you're just looking at this giant cliff that you have to figure out how to climb, and you're like, wow, later I have to figure out how to do that piece, and then later I have to figure out how to climb that piece, and then I have to climb up there. Oh my God, this is a lot to work on. Even if you're only trying to focus on one little bit at a time, you've suddenly lost all your motivation. You're gonna be done now because it's just too much work to like think about climbing that whole mountain. So when I started with, I just want to get a character moving around, and I had literally no other plans. It was just one little tiny, like a rock I had to step over, right? That was it. The key is to look at the trail and never look up. That's the thing, right? Like, and I think that's why I can't finish new projects either, is because I feel like I get that. I feel like I can like design a whole project and then just look at the trail as I build it, but I can't. Like every time I do that, I look up at the whole thing, and it's impossible to like avoid that. So I really think that the next time I want to make a game, or like when this game is done and I'm like ready to start a new project and I start it on stream with you guys and everything, I think the goal is I'm just going to start with one mechanic and then just see what comes from it and just go from there. I think that would be way more fun than like trying to plan the whole thing. Writing books the same? Yeah, I've actually run into the same problem with books too. I have a book I've been writing. It's a lit RPG, so literary RPG, which I love. And I did the same thing where like I just started with like a very simple idea of how I wanted the book to start, and I just had like a very, very, very vague idea of like what I wanted the world to be like, but nothing about the story at all. And I've just been able to like write chapter after chapter on it, and I'm like chapter like 4 or 5 or something now. And they're pretty good sized chapters, and it's been like super fun. I haven't written on it in like 6 months now because I've been really busy with other things, but the point is like I've never really been like overwhelmed by it. And I think if I sat and like blocked out the whole storyline, I think then I'd be like really overwhelmed and wouldn't want to work on it anymore. So it's hard to design a game like that. 100% it is, yeah. But that's why I really recommend doing that for people when they're just starting out. So put all your game ideas up on the shelf and come back to them later when you're ready to like tackle a full game like that and you know what you're doing. And the very first time you start out, I highly recommend just starting with a simple mechanic, like moving a character around, and then slowly adding into it, because it's just like you're playing with toys, right? You just like getting a new toy out of the toy box and playing with it and seeing how it fits in with your game, and then you get another toy out of the toy box and you play with it and see how that fits in with your game. And it's like, maybe you're not going to make you're not going to make a Swords and Magic, right? Maybe that doesn't work out like that unless you're looking for like an open world RPG with like really heavily systems based and stuff. But still, you're going to learn a ton, and you're going to have a ton of fun while you're doing it, rather than starting with a big massive project that you don't know how to make, and then all you see is all these roadblocks, because that's going to discourage you. So anyway, that's my rant. Probably have to turn that into a short or something now. That wouldn't be much of a short. It's pretty long. Lit RPG, badass. Yeah, I love lit RPGs. Kind of my guilty pleasure. I think they're pretty. There's just something I just love the idea of like a character getting like trapped in a video game, or a world that like has video game mechanics. And I think there's just something really interesting about that. The problem with them, and this is my biggest problem with most lit RPGs, and this is just a me problem, not a lit RPG problem, is that the power creep thing is, or like the power fantasy, I guess, is like the big focus in most of those games. And so a lot of writers will just like drop them in, introduce you to the world, and then immediately they just like find an exploit or something, and then immediately just start like power leveling, right? And I hate that, because I like the beginning. I think the beginning and learning the world and like discovering new things and like doing stuff like that is like, that's like the most fun in a new book or a new world or a new game or whatever. To me, is just like discovering the new things and like figuring them out one at a time, rather than just like jumping in and immediately just being power leveled to level 60 and then just being all right, now I'm a badass, and then the story begins. Like I don't know, I think that's dumb. So my book is very much the opposite of that. Like the character is gonna be a noob for a long time. Like the whole book is basically him being a noob, and I don't know if he'll ever like become a badass. I think he'll be likable. He'll be a likable noob after a little while. He starts out kind of an asshole, but yeah, I don't think he'll ever become a badass in that book. maybe a badass in like relatively speaking, right? But when you like look at like the whole world and like whatever, he'll be like level 10, you know. Anyway, that's why we always look for new experiences, games, books. Yeah, exactly. Same reason we like to start new projects all the time too. We like things that are new and exciting. Anyway, damn it, how did I get this here? We also need to cover this one up now. Okay, this is pretty good, I think. I think we're pretty much good with like secondary details all the way into here. We need to add some in here. The problem with in here is I can't do any secondary details that the player can get onto. So I think we need to keep it pretty mellow in here. So like all the rocks and stuff against like the edge and stuff need to be pretty shallow, which is fine, I guess. Can't put anything in here that the bear can't get to, or can't get onto. Put a couple in the middle too, but they're gonna be basically just baby rocks. I'm pretty confident the bear can get onto these, so. And we'll make sure that he can too. It'll be fine. Alright, and then we're gonna do the Hoard of Gold over here, so let's go. I think we have like a gold pile. We have like actual gold pile. Let's go terrain. Static mesh. We have terrain piles like this. I don't know how big this should be. Let's put, I'm gonna bring this forward a little bit. And then we're gonna put some rocks around it so it's a little bit less serious. A little less, big. If we do some of this, that way it's a rock that like players can't get onto. Turn. Cute. Every single time I hear this track, I'm like, oh man, are we listening to World of Warcraft music? I'm always so pleasantly surprised with this track. I don't care what anybody says, what any haters say about music not being good enough to play the whole game. What do we think of that? If we have like one more of these guys like right here, kind of just like the rocks are all just kind of like leading you sort of like to look at the stash. Maybe these should be bigger. I like that though. I guess I need to fix that somehow. Kaneko Bunny, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. That was really kind of you. Appreciate that. Love the chill tunes you got going on today. The chill tunes are all from Swords and Magic. Thank you, Kaneko Bunny. That was really nice of you. That was a bunch of subs. I just changed a bunch of my alert stuff, so that would explain why that's weird, because I don't know why it does that. You would think that it would just be like the longer cooldown, but who knows? It's probably my fault. Let's move. This is kind of in a weird spot. Let's move over here. Maybe we'll do one more like. There. I just hear my toddler downstairs just like screaming, grunting. All right. That's pretty good. All right, these are gold piles. Ooh, ah. All right, wish me luck with this. Maybe? That kind of works. These are collectible. The big ones are obviously not. So it'll still be a pile of gold. These look a little stupid with the like piles of coins sticking like leaning, but like maybe we flatten these a little more. Let's try that again. Hey, Will, thank you so much for the sub. I don't know. That looks pretty good, I think. It looks okay. Maybe not good. There we go. That's pretty good. And let's put one more like down in front here. There. So now you can get some loot, and then we'll put a. Oh, these actually need to be in different levels. Oh, damn it! When we restarted, we didn't switch back to the Delver's Pass level, so everything. Damn it! Okay, let's hide Delver's Pass. We need to grab all of this. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! We're gonna miss a bunch on our first pass, but that's okay. We'll get to it. I actually don't want that. Okay, we move all this. Actually, hold on. Let's make this a new level, because all this right here can be loaded in when player walks in and out. The only thing that needs to stay loaded is like the big chunk of like the cave, I think. So let's make a create new with selected actors. Maps, Delver's Pass. This is going to be Delver's Pass underscore cave underscore bear cave. Let's call it bear boss in case we make another bear cave. Okay, and then we can hide those and then grab what's remaining. Okay, show it, move selected actors to level, hide it, got them all. Okay, that wasn't too bad to clean up. Now, all these guys need to go into Delver's Pass loot. Okay. And then while we're in this level, I can show all this again. We're gonna put a chest in. Let's put in world chest, I think. We're gonna put 3 chests in here. And the reason for that is because the chests are random. So the chance of getting a chest in here is already gonna be lower than 100% by having 1 chest. So we're gonna put like 3 chests in, and if you happen to get all 3 chests, then that's freaking awesome. That's great. I don't think we need to change anything on this. Actually, yeah, we do. We need to change it to Delver's Pass. And then there should be a manager. Loot manager. Delver's Pass. So you're probably going to find 1 chest in here. And I love to make these gold chests just to make them look better, but they're not going to be. That's fine. All right, there's a bunch of loot there. All right, now we need a bear's like bed stuff. And you know what? There's an ability that the bears have. I don't know why I didn't think about this. I kind of love this. Bear, this one. So he has this heavy attack. I don't know if we can justify it. But he comes down right here and he lands pretty hard, and I feel like we could speed that up a little bit. So he lands a little harder, and I feel like right there when he lands, we could do like a shockwave. Maybe not like a shockwave, but like we shake the camera, and we could put some beehives up on these things. And then whenever he like hits the ground and shakes, we could break the beehive and then have you'd have a bunch of bees fall down. And the bees would then chase the player. And then you'd have to deal with the bees attacking you, which you cannot kill. You just have to wait for them to be done doing their thing. Though I have considered making them disappear with fire. And we could just grab pick 1 or 2 of these randomly whenever he slams down and have it spawn them. And if he runs out of them, then he runs out of them. It'll just harvest them, that's all it does. This is also a great place for honey though, which is cool. What do you guys think? Hype train. Let me catch up on chat. Do you guys release the soundtrack for purchase anywhere? Yep, on Steam. You can buy it. And these I don't know if the Delver's Pass tracks are on there. Yeah, no, I think they are. I can't remember if they're on there yet. They'll be added to it though. With the soundtrack, every time we add new music to the game, it just gets added to the soundtrack. There's even music on the soundtrack that isn't in the game yet, which is kind of like a little Easter egg. That we have a plan for a music player item, which would be really easy to make. So I haven't got to it yet. But like you can put it in your house, and then you can just you'll be able to find music tracks. It'll just straight up be a rip off of Minecraft. But I think they'll just like randomly spawn from chests or something. And then you can put them in your music player as like an item or whatever. It's like you just deposit them or whatever. And then it'll play music. So it'll just fade out the background music or just like force change the background music or whatever. And that'll be it. I'm excited about that whenever we get around to it. Would love to add it to my writing tunes list. Yeah, it's totally on Steam. You can pick it up. I think it's like $5. We put it on sale all the time too, though. So when this update comes out, there will likely be a sale as well, and so you can add it to it if you want. Love the game so much. I want to support the time and work you guys put into the game. What is the best way to support you? Oh, Will. There's a couple ways. One is just a direct donation. You can donate directly to me. PayPal takes a small cut, but pretty much I get like pretty much all the money, right? Second is you can subscribe on Twitch. Third is you can subscribe on Patreon. I'll link that one. I don't know if I recommend Twitch anymore because I don't know. Oh wait, does that not work? Support? Let me just link it directly because I don't remember the link. I swear there's a Patreon one. Oh, is our chat bot closed? Oh, I'm so dumb. I forgot to open this back up. I think Patreon works, so I just forgot to open the chat. That was so dumb. I closed it earlier because it was acting, when I was testing emotes, I thought it was like being stupid, but not emotes. When I was testing the alerts, I thought it was like conflicting. And so I closed it to see if it fixed it, and it didn't. Let's try that again. There you go. There's the Patreon link. You can go there and support. If you want to support monthly, you can. I have a new plan for Patreon that I want to start working on after this update comes out. Maybe at least soon, which would be sort of like a battle pass system in a way. Basically, every month you support on Patreon at the $15 and up tier, which we might change to $10. Basically, you would get exclusive in-game content delivered that month. So how it would work is you would link your Patreon account in game to verify you actually have that you actually purchased for that month, and then like say you supported in October. It'd probably be November when we finally got it up and running. So if you supported in November would be the first month, the first month is available, but there'd be a specific reward for November. So if you didn't support in November, you wouldn't get that reward. It's exclusive to only that month and only that year. So it's never available to anyone else ever again, just for that month. So it'd be totally exclusive, which I think would help support the game a little more because people would be excited about that. People might also think it's, we're just looking for more money, which is like, yes, we are running a business. That's how it works. WebFizz, go for it. What's your important question? And why do I feel like it's going to be like a link or like... That was just like really fast. I don't know. I'm skeptical. Will it run on Mac? No. Macs are not built for gaming, and our game is not built for a machine that is not built for gaming. So we had Mac support for a long time. For a little while. The problem is that as the game grows, Mac hardware cannot keep up unless you have like the top of the line Mac. And the issue is that we don't have a Mac that can build the game anymore because my old MacBook doesn't keep up anymore. I used to have a MacBook from like 2016 and it won't keep up with the game anymore, so I can't open it. And so when we get to like the next update or whatever, and we go to like package it, basically I have to hire someone or rent a MacBook or buy a new Mac. And when you actually put the numbers into it and figure out like how many sales we get and then what percentage of those sales would be Mac players, it's like 5% of our sales, which would be like less than like $20 a month. It'd be like one sale a month if we're lucky. And that would not cover the cost or time it would take to build for Mac. So fiscally, it doesn't make any sense. It's just not financially like reasonable. So ignore Intel's. LOL, ARM is on fire right now. Okay. I don't know. Mac is just it's just not like powerful enough, and there's just not enough like users to justify it. So, but I think you can run on your Mac like a Linux shell thing or something. I don't remember how it works. It's been a long time since we talked about this, and I've never really did it on my Mac. But it does run on Linux. It's not native to Linux. You use a like shell program or whatever it's called to run it, and I've heard people can run it on their Mac through that. So you could look into that, like how to play Windows games on Mac, and I bet you'd figure it out, and then you could play it. So look into that if you really want to play it. Anyway, yeah, so what I was saying is about the Patreon. If you want to support on Patreon monthly, that's a good way to do it. And we're thinking about doing the exclusive rewards, so every month you'll get new exclusive rewards. I don't know if that's going to happen yet, so I wouldn't support banking on that, but that's a good possibility. Lastly, you can buy our supporter tier, or our supporter pack on Steam, which is exclusive content for supporters. It's $10. It does not go on sale ever, because it's just a way of you saying, hey, I really like this game and I want to give you more money to help development. So if you want to support it on that with that, you can. It gives you a new outfit, it gives you a new title, it gives you a new house, and that is it, I think. But I have been very tempted to put more stuff in there just for fun. So there might be more things in there in the future. I haven't decided yet. So there you go. Those are your options. But thank you so much, Will, for even just considering supporting. I appreciate it. It's really nice of you. Hi, Matt. Welcome in. Yes, this is the bear cave. I feel like it needs more. We're getting there. We'll probably put some, I don't know about plants. Should we put plants in here? Nah. We'll probably put some like little debris on the ground and stuff, and some more things. But for now, we need to make him like his hoard of like bones and stuff. So let's go back and do another terrain pile. Oh, hold on. Oh, bear boss. How's work? How was work today, Matt? I knew you were working today, and I knew you were focused on work today because you didn't respond to my lumberjack stream idea in dedicated testing channel. I just had this feeling that I would get a response from you because Jana left a fun response. See some beehives. Is the boss bear gonna be big boy or regular size bear? Let's see. Here's the regular bear. He's big boy. He could be bigger though. I'm tempted to make him bigger, but the problem is he just doesn't have the animations to justify him being much bigger than he is already. But we could go bigger. Like how big do you think is like reasonable? Let's go to our dummy player over here. There's our player. What if we did like this size? What if he was just like freaking massive? Like just stupid huge. Would that be fun? Maybe a little smaller than that? That's a regular bear. What scale is he? This guy is scaled 1, and this one is he's only 1.4, or no, 1.3? 3? Oh, you know why? Hold on, I know why. Because his mesh is already scaled at 1.3. So his mesh is scaled 1.3, and then he's scaled at 1.3 again. So let's put him back. And then we'll scale his mesh. Mesh. 1.65. Maybe? gonna like it. Also, Lumberjack stream is only for fans. If I had the figure and I thought it would actually make some money, I would definitely be tempted to do it. I'm not above that. I don't know. I think maybe he does need to be bigger. Should we go bigger? I kind of like him bigger. Yeah, let's do it. 1.65, huh? I don't know why this keeps happening. He's customized, but every time I open it, it acts like he's not customized. I guess just because I haven't changed any code. I only changed this. He's in here. Yeah, I'll check it out when you prompt me. Thank you. He's gonna be really big now. Oh no, he's not. Okay. Cool. Yeah, anyway, there's beehives in here. What I'm thinking is, if we have time, what if he did it whenever he roared? That's not a bad idea. That'll make it even harder though, because we could easily just go like, there. Yeah, well, I guess we can just do it in here. It doesn't really matter. Or we can just do like, do we though? I feel like this is going to be a problem because we need to like do it on like authority. It might work if we do it in the gameplay effect. Or the montage for the roar. Welcome in, Serene. I don't know. I'm tempted. You don't have to do it, but it would be cool. Maybe when he roars, we should do a camera shake. I don't know if we can do a camera shake right here, but... add notify. I don't see camera shake. You'd think there'd be one in here. Camera shake. I'll have to try it, I guess. I'm kind of afraid to test now. Let's make this always loaded for now. Let's go one player. I'm a little scared to test just because it's been so stupid. Let's get rid of these guys and this guy. Let's see if that camera shake worked. If it did, then we'll go in. Did I save? I think I saved everything. Then we'll go in and maybe we'll add the knockdown effect. I don't know. Maybe we don't do that. Maybe it's not worth it right now. Hope you and your family are doing well. We're doing really good actually. Abby started school. Her first day was a little rough, a little overwhelming. She didn't really like her new teacher. I think it was just different for her. I didn't see a camera shake. What happened to your camera shake, mate? Do I have a camera shake turned off? I have it on. Maybe there was camera shake, it was just a little one. I don't know how to change it though, you'd think. What? It's gonna crash again? Every time I quit the game it crashes? What's the deal with this? Every time I exit the game, it crashes the engine. An intensity modifier to the camera shake? No. But that should just like be built in. I don't know why it's not. But I'm gonna look at the code. Oh, it didn't crash. It just gave me like errors. I don't know why it's doing this. I don't understand what it's trying to do. Like it's trying to find my player state when I leave the game. I'm just gonna put an is valid on this. I don't think it's gonna matter, but maybe it'll actually let us like close the game faster so it quits erroring. I don't know why it's erroring here. Whatever. Anyway, I think the camera shake is working. I think it's just really minor. You'd think there'd be like... Oh, no, that's trigger weight. That's not it. Let's see if we can... I don't think it's called camera shake. I think it's called screen shake. Trigger screen shake. Get screen shake option. Get screen shake a valid class. Yeah, so we need to be doing this. And that's just local. So instead of doing this, yeah, so this is just hit feedback. This is just like, yeah, this isn't that serious screen shake. So we should promote this to a variable. And then these should also be all promoted probably. The epicenter, we don't need the epicenter because we're just gonna do the mesh component. Get, actually, not even the owner. We're just gonna do get world location of the mesh component. It would be kind of nice to do it from a certain point, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. Oh, there was a screen shake option in here. Well, that's fine. I guess this would have been fine then. We don't need to check twice. Okay. And then all these need to be exposed so we can change them. Wait, why am I getting error? Read only target in this context. Damn it. Fine. This one also doesn't need a manager. Whatever, we'll try this one. Camera shake. Small? Okay, let's I'm so afraid that every time I exit the game it's just gonna like crash on me again. I don't know why this is happening. I was gifted a sub. I've been summoned. What's up, Cubed? I don't know how I missed you there. Does anyone know how to link Patreon to Steam? I think it's in your... You should just have like a settings section. Oh, wait. Apparently the navigation is broken. There was definitely a screen shake that time, or more of it, but I didn't notice a significant amount. He didn't finish his animation. Do it again. I'm not seeing any camera shake. When all else fails, if you don't know if something's working, just turn it way up. No fall off. Camera shake large. Banishment concluded. Good job, Matt. Thank you for that. It's a big change for the little ones. I hope she gets used to it and less stressed. Oh, for Abby. Yes. I thought you were talking about the bear still. But yeah, I think she's liking it now. No camera shake, just when I got hit. So that's not working. And then I quit the game and now we're frozen again. What is happening with this? This just started happening and I don't know what I have done. Just every time I quit test playing, Unreal just like hangs on me. But I will say, yesterday I was having a lot of issues I opened Tierwin to test something, and Tierwin is a really big map with a lot of stuff loaded in, and so it takes forever to load in that or test in that game. But I got it to play. It opened up and launched the test window, but then immediately crashed to an infinite loop error, and I was like, "There's no way. What if I didn't do anything that would have caused an infinite loop?" And all the things that it would have caused it didn't make any sense, and I was like digging through code. And so finally, I ended up just deleting my character file, my character save, and trying it again, and it worked just fine. And I was like, okay. So I made a new character, obviously, and tested on that one. Everything was fine. And ever since I did that, now this level is causing problems whenever I quit playing the game. So I don't know if there's something weird going on between like characters and switching between these two levels. But now I'm tempted to like delete this character again and try again. The bear is so big. Yeah, I think I kind of like him bigger, or her bigger. So yeah, I guess we're just stuck here waiting for this thing to do what it wants to do. Come on. Maybe next time I'll try to like quit the game without hitting escape and see if that works better. But I mean, let's just go delete the character save right now. I have to wait for the game to actually quit though. It's been like 3 minutes. It's just trying to quit. Just trying to quit the game. Come on. Oh, Will, I don't know if I missed this or not, but thank you so much for the sub. This was 30 minutes ago. I don't know if I missed it, or if I said something about it already. Love from Poland, thank you. Kasparek. I don't know what is going on. Okay, let's look at the error this time. If it gives me one. Why does this kind of stuff happen like as I'm like crunching to get an update finished? Okay, I don't care that much. Let's just restart. This is gonna take a long time to test things going forward if it crashes every time I quit. All right, well, I hate to do it, but it is 2 o'clock. I've been streaming for 3 hours, and I think I'm gonna go get some lunch while I wait for this to reopen. If you dissociate harder, it loads faster. Yeah, that might be what I have to do. Let's go raid somebody. We have 41 viewers, which is a lot. Who should we raid? Pyro Software. He could probably use some more. He's only got 6,000 right now. Let's go raid. What? Sorry, this guy's making a dungeon crawler. Turn-based roguelike. Let's do it. Raid time! Thank you guys so much for all the support today. Thank you for the donations, and for the subs, and for just hanging out and chatting. That was really fun. Thank you for the assistance on the bear cave. You guys had some really good ideas, which you'll see in the game here soon. I had fun today. It was a good stream, and I will see you guys later this week, probably on Thursday, maybe sooner. Who knows? We'll see what happens. You guys have a good evening. Enjoy your Tuesday afternoon or whatever it is for you, and I'll catch you next time. Bye, guys.